The Sumerians stand as one of humanity's first known civilizations, emerging in the fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, modern-day Iraq, some 6,000 years ago. Their innovations shaped civilization as we know it. They divided the year into 12 months, the day into 24 hours, the hour into 60 minutes, and the minute into 60 seconds. They're also credited with inventing writing and mathematics, developing the wheel, and building the first major cities. Sumerian advancements in irrigation systems revolutionized agriculture. They pioneered the potter's wheel, championed the widespread use of bronze, and established gold as a primary symbol of wealth and power. Armed forces of Sumerian city-states consisted of militias drawn from their free citizens. In exchange for land grants provided by the community or temple, these warriors were obligated to report for duty with their own weapons and armor. A typical Sumerian infantryman was equipped with a long spear, approximately 6 to 10 feet, tipped with bronze, a bronze sickle-shaped axe, a stone-headed mace, and a short bronze dagger. For defense, they wore copper helmets and thick felt cloaks embedded with bronze scales, history's earliest known form of body armor.
The spears served as the primary weapon in intertribal and early state conflicts dating all the way back to the Paleolithic era. The Sumerians, it seems, were constantly experimenting with spear design, developing everything from long spears to medium-length variants, short spears, and throwing javelins. Interestingly, we have no known depictions of bows being used in combat, even though the simple bow was already being employed for hunting. Knives and axes were crafted from soft, ductile bronze. Bronze was notoriously difficult to sharpen, and blades dulled quickly, requiring frequent maintenance.
A mosaic from 2500 BCE, housed in the British Museum, vividly depicts a military scene. A four-wheeled chariot pulled by four charging onagers, wild asses, features solid wooden wheels. Spoked wheels emerged around 1800 BCE. A container for spare spears is visible at the front. Notably, bits were absent, appearing roughly 1,000 years later. Control was likely managed via a pole harnessed to rings on the animals' backs. Horses had not yet been domesticated for warfare. Their widespread military use began only in the second millennium BCE. The mosaic starkly shows two defeated enemy soldiers, one trampled beneath the hooves, another fallen before the charging team. If the Sumerians represent history's first civilization, then Akkad claims the title of history's first empire. Around 2334 to 2279 BCE, King Sargon of Akkad forged the world's first centralized state, the Akkadian Empire. He conquered dozens of Sumerian cities and established the first known permanent, professional army, estimated at up to 5,400 strong. This paid and supplied force directly by the king owed its loyalty to him personally. It was this professional army that propelled Akkad, if only briefly, to become the ancient East's first superpower.
The key to Sargon of Akkad's success in conquering such vast territories was a revolutionary invention, the composite bow. It gave arrows greater range and penetrating power. With numerous skilled archers at their command, the Akkadians gained the upper hand against the Sumerians, who preferred to defeat their enemies through close combat. The Sumerians resisted fiercely and developed new tactical methods of warfare in response.
After the unification of Sumer and Akkad, a new chapter in human civilization began, the science of warfare. The Akkadian Empire's army became unstoppable.
The more lands they conquered, the more ambitious their drive to keep advancing became. Sargon's grandson, Naram-Sin, pushed his forces as far as the mountains of Armenia and Kurdistan. An inscription on Naram-Sin's statue, discovered in Susa, celebrates his victory over Manu Danu, ruler of the land of Magan. Magan likely corresponds to territories in modern-day Oman or coastal Arabia, though some historians have debated connections to Egypt. If any conflict with Egyptian forces did occur, it may have contributed to the instability that helped bring down Egypt's old kingdom. Naram-Sin also signed a mutual defense treaty with the rulers of neighboring Elam. This represents the earliest known example of a formal defensive alliance and marks the birth of military diplomacy. We also know that during this period, dedicated medical units began appearing within the army and a separate military budget was established. Though the dynasty of Sargon lasted only about 150 years, unable to withstand pressure from growing external powers and internal resistance, its legacy endured. The idea of a powerful, unified state with a professional army became a model that later Mesopotamian rulers aspired to revive. But that's a story for the next chapter.